I just want to briefly say a little bit about Allie, and then I'm going to leave the mic open. The different families can come up one at a time. And this is all about the families, okay? When you guys get up here in front of this microphone, you can say whatever you want to, okay? I'm streaming it live on my Facebook page, and I'm also recording it so that I can upload it to YouTube. It's not going to be chopped up for the news. So whatever you guys want to say, it's going to get out there, okay? On April 26, 2010, my daughter Allie stepped off her school bus and disappeared. This coming April, it will be 10 years. I remember that day. It was a Monday, a typical morning for us. We both scrambled to get ready, and we were both, it's hard to read what you write sometimes when you have tears in your eyes. So we were both basically getting ready she was getting ready for school, and I was getting ready for work. That day did not end the way either one of us had anticipated. I'm standing up here to tell everyone that this can happen to anyone at any time. You don't plan for it. You certainly don't expect it. But when it happens, what do? You call law enforcement, and your child will come home in a few hours? That's not always the case. If it were, we would not be here right now. To this day, we still have people contacting us to say that they have seen Allie. So I know I'm doing something right, but I've had to learn how to keep her face out there and learn that I have a voice and I need to use it for Allie, or Allie would just stay missing. If you see something, say something, and never give up. John, if you want to come up. John Rugg, his nephew Kyle is missing. He's also a fellow member of Texas EquiSearch, and he's going to talk about Kyle and Texas EquiSearch.
Thank you. Today I'm here on the behalf of my brother's family. His son Kyle is still missing, and as a result of that, I joined Texas EquiSearch. I had no idea what it was like to have someone missing, but I can tell you Tim Miller and Texas EquiSearch treated my family very well. And so I told Tim, you got me till the day I die if you want me. And I know those are easy words to say. It goes in one ear and out the other, but after 5 years, I guarantee you he will tell you that I have been by his side for anything that he wants. And I'm glad to do that. Some of you out here, I've searched for your missing loved ones. And I treat each of your missing loved ones the same as my nephew, Kyle. I have skin in the game like y'all. So when we go on a search, you can ask my Texas EquiSearch people over there. When we finish, we ask, is there anything else that we're not sure that we covered? If we're not sure, we go back and double check. But that's because of everything Texas EquiSearch does is because of volunteers like these people here. Because of Kyle, there's now 4 people in Texas EquiSearch that are search coordinators. That's near the top. And we're dogs. I mean, we live it. And the Sleeper family started their nightmare about the same time as Kyle. So, there's so many of y'all here in this room, and it's all personal to me. And I know what you're going through. And I'll rattle my brother on some stuff. When his son went missing, he got fired. He was out of a job for over 9 months just because his son went missing. And in my opinion, he was still able to do his job and everything, but everything changes when your loved one goes missing. And they treat you different. Your friends don't call you anymore. And I know he can't talk about this, so I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna rat on him a little bit since he's not here. But there's a lot of personal things that go on in your life and nobody else understands because they haven't been in your shoes. Well, I'm as close to being in somebody's shoes as I want to be, but I do, as they say, one of those coined phrases, I feel your pain. But I don't feel it as strong as what y'all do. There's no way that I can feel what y'all feel. But I'm as close as you're gonna get to it, and I'm determined to try to find each and every one of your loved ones. But as Tim says, it's in God's time. The only thing I can tell you is pray. Prayers do help. I've been on searches where divine intervention is, without a question, what went on. So you have to keep your faith. Don't give up. If you weren't close to God before, get close now, because that's your only hope. He's got to put something in somebody's life to make them turn around and talk. So many of these cases, there's young people involved. They were kids. Now they're grown up, they're married, they have kids, they have a different mentality. Now, maybe their psyche will change and they'll make that phone call to Crime Stoppers or EquiSearch or law enforcement and give us a clue that we need to solve some of these cases. And that's all I have for you. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer, either here or out on the side. I'm always approachable, as a lot of you know. And just never give up. And I think Andy Kahn, he's been a hero of mine for a long time. He's one of the fighters doing your work. And Beth and Melissa and Joanne. Joanne's one of my mentors. She's one of the first people that I met when Kyle went missing. And she's very, very strong, as you all know. And she's one of the mentors that I've had to make me what I am. This is 5 years of, God's not finished with me yet, but he works on you, and this is my 5th year, and to look back how I've come along in this time, it's unreal. But I'm willing to go, like I told Tim, till the day I die. And I thank you for coming out here, and just keep those prayers going for everybody, because that's what's going to solve these cases. I really believe it. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. We're Chuck and Dinah Street. Our daughter is Danielle Sleeper. She also has been missing since March of 2015. In our situation, she was last seen, bring it down. Okay. She was last seen leaving with her husband early one morning from a friend's house.
Fairfield?
Field store,
Yeah,
out in Field store.
Yep, yep.
And she had her 3-year-old child with her also at the time. The following next morning, mid-morning, her husband shows back up at the same friend's home without her and claims that he left her at home. And that would not have happened. She would never have left her child and stayed at home without him. We have been through, EquiSearch has been a huge support for us. When about 2 weeks in, they came out and we did a whole weekend worth of searching. They come out whenever else we've had, people come in and tell us to check this area or check that area. We've had a lot of support in that, and a lot of friends, and Joanne she again was also for us when we first had to deal with this.
Right.
So, and we agree, keep your faith, keep your strength up, pray about it. Right now there's a possibility, we don't know, they found some remains out in Hager Road. So guys, if you'll lift that up in prayer for us, that somehow maybe that might be her. My daughter had 3 sons, which we haven't seen, in my youngest one, in 5 years, because he's with his father. And we haven't seen our older 2 because of other reasons for that. But we didn't just lose a daughter, we lost 3 grandchildren.
Yeah.
And we just pray and ask if y'all will lift that up with for us, that we do find her, that she does come, that we don't believe that she's still alive, but thank you. Chuck, you want to say something?
That's it.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Hi, everybody. Most of y'all know me. My name is Nattie Vargas. My grandbaby is Joshua Davis Jr. He went missing from New Braunfels in 2011. He was 18 months old at that time. This Tuesday is the anniversary date that he went missing, and it'll be 9 years. That's a very long time for me not to have any closure, for my family not to know where he is. One thing about it, Joshua was talking and walking and everything when he went missing, but he didn't know his address or his mom's name or his phone number. So that makes it even harder for somebody, if he was found, for him to, tell somebody where he really belongs. It's hard to keep this brief because I could talk for hours. And at this time last year, I was a total train wreck, if any of y'all remember. Because it is hard whenever there's remains found. Not only because it could be your own, but because I'm gonna have to stand next to somebody and console somebody that I know that has taken this journey with me. And it's just as hard as if it was your own. Today I brought with me my friend Paula. Paula's mom, Pauline Diaz, went missing from San Antonio from her place of employment. So it's been a long journey, and I came in contact with Joanne years ago. I don't even remember what year, but it's like we're the best of friends. And this is a bittersweet meeting because it's unfortunate that we have to come together for this reason. But at the same time, I feel blessed that I can walk with all of y'all that understand my pain, where I'm coming from, and we can console each other. Because like I've heard so many times, people can always say, I know what you're going through. But until you walk this walk, you really don't. And they mean well, but it always helps to connect with somebody that feels the same pain and the same roller coaster that you're feeling. These hats that we are wearing and our jackets, we used to belong to the Heidi Search Center in San Antonio, and it was a nonprofit, our only missing person center. And due to lack of funding and grants, they had to shut their doors. And it was unfortunate because there's a lot of families in San Antonio and the surrounding areas that go missing. And luckily, Paula, myself, and a couple other families, we used to do an annual event similar to what Joanne does for the families, to help support them and to bring us together. And we're stronger in numbers. We wanted people to take notice that, hey, we're still out here. And unfortunately, law enforcement can only do so much, news media can only do so much, and it's up to the families to carry that and keep going. And I can tell you that hope is a big, big word. It may not mean a lot, but when you're waiting and you're uncertainty and you have no closure and you have no leads and things like that, hope is the only thing that we have to hold on to. And not only that, but when I see her fall, when I know it's coming up to a day when it's gonna be hard for her, it's my job to pick her up when she's down, and she does the same for me, as well as I would do the same for all of y'all. And I share posters, I share flyers, I share information, I share stories. That's the least I can do beside pray for y'all. I would hope that y'all did the same for us, and that we can communicate and we can keep in contact and connect, because we're gonna support each other, okay? We have a page. We had to start our own missing persons center, so to speak, brand spanking new from the ground up. We're a nonprofit, we're under the Guardian Angels. We do that so that other families that don't have a center to go to can at least come to us or look for us, and we can empathize with you. We can, kind of show you what it is that you can expect, what we've gone through. We can attend your events, we can support you any way we can. So if I have never met you and I don't know you, please introduce yourself before we leave so that I can share your photos and your flyers. I do see that there's some family members here and some families that I haven't met, that I have shared stories of, and I have kind of been looking for y'all so that I can share the flyer. So I'll be more than happy to do that. You know, like I said, it's hard to keep this brief. I could talk for hours, but for the sake of time, I just want to let y'all know that I'm glad that this event happened, that it, you know, that we're here and we're supporting one another, because it means a lot. You know, if any of y'all are down and, you know, you feel hopeless at times, but just remember, you never ever go through this alone. There's so many missing people. And it's good to have groups like this in some place that you know you can get support from. So thank you all for sharing and for praying for me. I, in return, will do that for y'all. Thank you, Joanne, for putting this together. And I'm so happy to be here today. I always say I'm going to see my Houston family now. So I feel home when I'm here. So thank you very much.
Hello. My name is Andre Moulton Sr., my son. My son Andre Moulton Jr. He's been missing since October 18th, 2019. He lives with me and his mother. He left that morning, between the hours of 12 and 4 a.m. And that was the last that anybody heard or seen from him. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but I've been all over social media. I've been contacting every radio station, news station. Fox 26 just put it up on their website, online. It's hard for me to get any exposure because of his age. He's 22. At the time, he was 22 when he came up missing. His birthday is November the 3rd. It just passed. He turned 23. He missed Christmas, Thanksgiving. Not a call. I call his phone every day. I still pay the cell phone, his cell phone bill, just hoping that somebody would pick it up. But it's nothing. And I say to myself, somebody cannot just disappear. They not like that. And like, I hear y'all stories and, say, how could this happen to me? I didn't, really too much paid attention, how people go on the website and everything and they see these missing people. And they be like, oh, that's sad, and that's it. They scroll on and go on with their lives, And now my life is at a halt. I can't really do anything, think about him every day. Feeling I have to do something. Even if it's sitting out, passing out flyers every day on the street, posting on the internet. Just something that I can't stop, When I reported him missing, my uncle Alex here, he came out and he was helping me search. I called his friends. They contacted me and asked me questions. Well, a couple of his friends came over to the house and said that, have y'all seen him? And, on the weekend, he's grown. He'll go out, come back, whatever. And it was kind of strange to me because they said, you need to report him missing. I'm like, what? Okay, so I did. We're working with Harris County Precinct 4. At first, it was like, they didn't want to take it serious. All I want to do, like I told my children last night, I want to talk to him. I mean, he's a good boy, young man. Worked out, played basketball, loved basketball. He was working at the Woodland Resort until, his car broke down. We finally got that out the shop. And I was telling him, what kind of 22, 23-year-old you know that's gonna leave their car behind or not have their phone on, that's all it is. They social media. They don't have the phone every day, and he like to post up on Snapchat all the time. I look for any sign. I know. It's hard. Leaving that work is hard. Just to get up and know that life goes on and stuff, but it's not for us. And like, I forgot his name, the EquiSearch. John. Like he was saying, about, I think your brother or cousin or something like that. A similar story with my household. It's falling apart. Well, I pray for everyone in this room. It's like I pray for, myself, my family, as being the head. And all I'm looking for is some kind of closure. That's it. That's all I want. I'm not giving up. My wife, she had to work today, but she's lost hope. She said the only thing that she wants to do is find his body to give him a proper burial, but I don't want to believe that. I don't want to. But I thank you all for sharing y'all stories. I didn't even know that something like this existed. My Uncle Alex invited me. I'm not really a talkative person, but this is not the time not to. I have to. Thank y'all.
I'd just like to say, well, I'm Alex Mitchell, and my son, he came up missing, but he was only missing for a day. He was kidnapped and murdered in 2005. So that's what makes this so hard, because this is the second one in our family. So just continue to pray for each other and, just never give up. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Merrill House's mother. Last year I couldn't even speak, so I'm doing better so far. She went missing at August 2018. She's been missing a year and a half. I know that she's still alive. I know that she's still alive. I know she would not ever leave her daughter. I know that somebody has her. And I know that there are people out there that know what happened to her. And I'm not going to stop fighting until I find her. Jesus is there, and he's the only one. I have faith that he's going to help us find her. I pray every day, and I pray for all of you. I really have all of you in my heart. Joanne, she's the reason I have a voice today. She helps me realize that I have to be the voice for my daughter. And it took a long time, so I just didn't cry and I couldn't even speak. But I got my daddy is always there for me, and my mama. And I want to find my baby. I know she's out there, and that's about all I gotta say. Thank y'all.
Hi, my name is Noah. I'm just here representing my mother, Jennifer Gomez. She was murdered by her boyfriend September night. What I would just like to say is, always put your children first. I understand that you love your partner or whatever, or anything like that, but it's just the people that's left behind go through it a lot more, and I just pray that we can find her, and that we'll get justice, and I just need y'all to help my family out and finding my mother. Thank you.
I'm gonna try to do this. I'm Jesse and this is Todd. Our son Stephen has been missing since August 15th, 2019 from his home in Dayton. And there's been no sign of him, no trace. He's missed Thanksgiving, my birthday, Christmas. We have all of his belongings, his car, his wallet, debit card, everything. Everything he owns, we have.
Was left in his home. I want to ask the question to anyone, the officials that are here that could give me some guidance, where I need to go, what I need to do. But our son's car, we had it towed home to our house. It was locked up when we got into it. All of his keys were in the glove box. My spare truck key, and the Dayton Police Department did not care. They did not want to process the car. When we cleaned it out 2 months later, half the back seat was covered in blood. They came out and tested it, luminol. They said it was only a couple of spots. We ordered a luminol kit. Every bit of the stain glowed. And they still said there's not a crime.
And they tested it in our driveway at noon.
I need help because Dayton, Liberty County is not doing anything for us. We've had stuff come into us. We had a private detective friend of mine that did the flyer. Tips came into him. We turned everything over to Dayton detectives, and they said there was nothing there. We can't even find the people. We found them.
They say he's just an
They
adult.
have been
walked away from his
investigated
life.
for a murder once before, one person. I need help from someone that can tell me, where do we go to where can I take this stuff and have it tested for the DNA?
Liberty
'Cause
County.
nobody is helping us do nothing.
Liberty County didn't even call. EquiSearch did come, but it was already after a month.
I've been detained for trespassing, looking for my son.
I've been in
In
sewage. I've been in places I never
Been
thought
threatened to be
existed.
arrested. All I want to do is find my son. I need help from,
And I found Joanne.
I understand, sir, what you're going through when you say they didn't care at first. How can a kid leave his phone that needs it every day? We didn't have phones when we were little. These days, they live on phones.
And Xbox, which I have. They say he's just a missing adult who walked away from his life, and there's no crime in that.
Yes, I break down.
But he walked away with absolutely nothing.
And you say your Facebook's going live. If I find the people that did something to my son, I'm going after them. So I'm asking for any law enforcement, you know, help. Give us guys where to go, because I don't care. I will do something to the people that killed my son or whatever. We know he's not alive. And I've been dreaming a lot about him lately. So he's killing me.
First of all, good evening. And I want to thank Ms. Joanne for this eventful day. My name is Willie Smith. My wife here is Angela Smith. We are from Franklin, Louisiana, and we drove down this morning. And I was listening to my man right here, you know, saying you got that phone call. We got that phone call January 12th. Well, we got it actually January 13th, 2018. That my son, he was down here living with my niece, and he never showed up back home that night. So, you know, your first thing you think, you know, 19 years old, you might have stayed out all night. But then, and I was about to go to a Mardi Gras parade. That's how I remember it was cold. And so my wife called me. She said, I've been calling his phone, and he ain't answering his phone. And this was a kid, I mean, he talked to his mama every single day. So I was like, if he didn't call his mama, let's see what's going on. So I started calling, no answer. So we found out that he was with three of his, we found out one of his friends from back home he was with down here that night. So I was like, well, let me try to reach out to this kid. So when I reached out to the kid, you know, a young man at the time, he was 19. He gave me the story. They went out that night, they got in a fight, and everybody took out running, and they don't know where Jared at. And, you know, same thing, Jared had a car, you know. Actually, he had just brought the car. Car was 6 months. I told him, you know, you're gonna pay your note, you know. So first thing I said, you know what, if I was a young man, I ain't gonna leave my car. You know, and I'm listening to the stories, and it's like, you know, the cell phone, same thing. If I got a car, cell phone, I'm not gonna leave that behind. So, you know, I said, you know, we gotta get to Houston. Drove out here, and it was Martin Luther King weekend. So we got here, it happened that Saturday, we got the phone call. We got here that Sunday. Brought down pictures and everything of Jared, got to the police department, you know. First thing he told me, you know, I never forget these words. Man, your son probably got himself in a little trouble, you know, you show up home, you know, you call us. If we find our son, we'll call you. I'm like, you know what, that right there and there, that just, it started that bad blood right there with me. I'm like, a man ain't gonna just leave, a young man ain't gonna just leave a car. And so when they found the car at an apartment complex. The car had been stripped down, cleaned out. Right then there, we knew something bad had happened. So I went back to all the individuals that he was with that night. 3 individuals, 3 different stories. So, you know, I now know you're involved in more than what you're telling me. So, and then we found out his credit card had been used. Got that information all to the police. Man, we can't do this, we can't do that, Sarah, because I got to get warrants for this. I'm like, look, just go to the and ask for something, you know what I mean? Just ask them who was on that camera. You know, you go, you know, and I'm like, you know what? It ain't getting done, So then my son's case actually went to a homicide. Then when Mr. Eddie Condon got involved with Crime Stoppers, I can't thank him enough, because this guy can't walk the streets of Houston with me, put out flyers. We was out here putting out flyers in the cold, and Mr. Condon was right there with us, and I just, you know, couldn't believe it. You know, when we got in touch with Texas Equity, they was right there. Great people. They done been out there in the cold, and I've seen it with my own 2 eyes in the woods, searching on feet. I can't be blessed for and thankful enough for you guys. And I tell my wife, you know, we got to just stay strong through it all. You know, I'm listening to everybody's story, and I'm gonna be honest. Ain't no way in the world I thought I'd be sitting up here 2 years later and don't know what happened to our son. You know, he got a kid, 20 months old, never seen his daddy. Okay? Never will see his daddy. He gonna ask that question one day. What happened to my daddy? I still ain't got the answers, but I know God gonna answer these questions. I feel it in my heart. I just know the question's gonna come. The answer's gonna be there. We just have to don't never lose faith. You know, hope, always hope, but never lose faith. Never lose faith, because you know. And I always say, you know, you get put in situations and you figure, you know, what you gonna do next. It ain't that for us to do. You just gotta do the right thing, and the one that was there with him, they gonna pay for it. You know, the people. I listen to you, sir. I understand your pain, because I'm there, but. I want to do many things, but I know I can't. I got to keep my cool. I got to, because for God to work it, we got to be, let God go through it. You know what I mean? Because it's hard. It's hard. And as a parent, I know one individual. I met him in AutoZone one day, face to face with him, and I started shaking. I'm like, he wouldn't get his daddy and all this. And I'm like, and I can do anything to him I want, but I know that ain't the right way. Continue to pray. Continue to put your trust in God, and the answer's gonna come. The answer's gonna come. It's hard for everybody in here. I feel everybody pain. I don't know exactly what you feel inside, but I know it's hard to. People just don't disappear. It just don't happen that way. You know, especially somebody that's in a loving family, and you know, you just ain't gonna just walk away from life. You know, so just continue to pray, continue to be strong, continue to support each other, continue to love each other, because that's the only way we're gonna get answers. And I love y'all, and I thank God for this. I thank God for you. Thank God for all of y'all. But let's be strong. Let's be strong and never lose faith, because they're going to show up.
I am the sister of Maria Jimenez Rodriguez. She went missing June 21, 2018. She left behind a daughter. At that time, she was 3. After a year and a half later, I haven't found my sister. Just a random day, she went to work, left her daughter at the babysitter, and went to work, never came back. As the days have gone by, EquiSearch has helped me search for her. Nothing. I didn't know what to do. She's my baby sister. I'm the oldest. My father is not in the best shape, health possible. So I just leave him out of everything, just so he won't get sick. It's been a year and a half and we don't know anything. What we do know is my sister was murdered. She was murdered by supposedly her gym trainer, her boyfriend, which I don't know if it's true. This is between her and him, but at this point, we don't know. I just need to find my sister, her remains, whatever I could find of her. But most of all, I need to find Eric. He has a warrant out for his arrest. I just want closure. It's hard having a 5-year-old ask you every night, is my mommy coming home? She was going to the doctor and she never made it. What happened? Yes, your life changes from the day this starts to present. Nobody knows what you're going through until you're in their shoes. And this is a nightmare. It changes your life. And especially if you're trying to do everything as possible, but it's hard. So I ask everybody just to keep faith, hope. Don't ever lose the hope. Someday he will get caught, and he will have to say what happened. I just need to find her also, so that at least Destiny could say, you know what, my mother's here. And that little girl is what makes me strong, because she looks identical as her mother. Y'all keep your faith, and we're a family, we're in this together. Thank you.